Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time, and I'm here to answer another frequently asked question in regards to vinegar making. And one of those is, how do I store my vinegar? And that's one that I tend to forget to answer quite a bit in my vinegar making videos. Even the ones I'm pretty thorough, I forget to talk about how I store them. So it really depends on what the vinegar is being used for. Mostly though, once I've strained out, you can see right here I have two, because I just started a batch of wine, a couple batches of wine from my homegrown grapes. So I've used some of the pulp to get some grape vinegar going. And so these ones just got started yesterday. I just brought out a few because I have a ton of vinegars, but you'll also see a lot of pictures I'll be putting right here as well. This here is my main method of storing them. I just strain the vinegar out, and then I clean out the jars, and then I put it back into the jars. And then I put a plastic lid. These dark ones here, I prefer these ones, and I still like to add a little silicone ring. These ones are more leak proof than these ones, but these plastic ones like this will work too. I recommend using these kind of lids as opposed to the metal band and lid, because those ones will have a tendency to rust onto your jar because of the vinegar. Because a lot of times that vinegar is still putting out gases, and it might kind of leak out a little bit, and then it will cause those to rust and even be almost impossible to get off the jars. So I only use plastic lids when I'm doing that. I don't recommend storing your vinegar in bottles like these with the swing top. Some of it I do, yes, but if you're going to do that, you want to make sure your vinegar is completely done. It's not fizzy one little bit, and make sure that you're keeping it, actually I got 3 pointers, make sure you're keeping it in a very cold place, and also make sure that you're using good quality bottles. Now these are the Italian brand ones, and I will link to some of these below. I've never had these explode on me, and I've stored very bubbly mead in these for years, and when I went to open it I had to be really careful because it just comes shooting out. So even when you go, if you do store it in these, make sure when you go to open it, press down tightly on the top, then loosen your bale up just a little bit until you hear the air starting to come out, and then close it again. And do that a few times so you can slowly allow the gases to escape. Otherwise, it can just come shooting out and make a big mess. But I've never had a bottle explode. I've had several people tell me that their bottles have exploded on them, and all I can say is maybe they were poorer quality bottles than these. But really, I only store the vinegar that I'm using immediately into bottles like this. So this one is the one that stays in my kitchen. So whatever I'm using it for, whether it's making salad dressings or cooking, baking, it doesn't matter. And then the other one I use is my hair vinegar. So that one gets opened just like the ones in the kitchen. They're getting opened several times in the week, and so I don't have to worry about them building up gases in there. But for the ones that are going to stay back in storage for a long time, yes, they go in jars like this, and in a cool place, and in dark storage. So I keep it in a dark cabinet back in our pantry in jars like this. All right, so that's how I store it, and that's what I recommend. And obviously you got to find out what works best for you, but again, just consider my recommendations. And yes, vinegar, if it's done, it's really acidic like it should be, it should last for years in your storage, just in jars like these. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I answered your questions. Any more questions you have on vinegar making or anything else, go ahead and put them down below. And don't forget to check out my full playlist on vinegar making, as well as my FAQ playlist, which I will have linked to down below. All right, well, thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.